What if I tell you that you can increase your SAT score by at least 50 points just by using one free tool that is already inside your exam? Would you believe me? Yes, I'm talking about Desmos, the graphing calculator on SAT. And trust me, most students are not using it correctly. So, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're preparing for SAT and math feels a little scary or time consuming, this video is going to make your life much easier. In today's video, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks to use Desmos efficiently. The smart way, not the complicated way, so that you can save time, avoid silly mistakes, and boost your score at least by 50 points. Most students think Desmos is only for graphing, but honestly, Desmos can solve a lot for you, such as equations, system of equations, inequalities, quadratic equations, and quadratic questions, and even word problems, if you know how to talk to it properly. And no worries, you don't need to be a tech genius. I'll explain each and every step, just like I do with my students. In this video, we will practice real SAT style questions. And for each question, I'll show you when to use Desmos, what to type, and how to get the answer faster than the traditional method. By the end of this video, you will start thinking, wait, why didn't I do this earlier? So grab a notebook, open your SAT mindset, and let's jump straight into our first practice question. And I'll show you how Desmos does the heavy lifting for you. Now, before we just directly jump into our today's session, you need to know about the type of questions that can be solved using Desmos. First, let's talk about linear equalities. Whenever you have linear equalities, you can just directly graph it on Desmos, and Desmos will show you where the value of x or the value of y is greater than or less than equal to. Second type of question you can solve using Desmos can be the solving linear equation in one variable. You don't need to do the transposition method or any other method or the balancing method for solving any linear equation in one variable. Instead, you can just directly put it on Desmos and solve it. After that, solving system of linear equations. Again, in your school, you guys must be doing a lot of practice on elimination method and substitution method. Let me tell you that these two methods are pretty lengthy and we will not be using it on SAT. So from now on, we have to use Desmos for solving the system of linear equation. Whenever you want to check the roots or the solution for any kind of polynomial, where the complete polynomial is given in the equation, you can just directly put it on Desmos and check the roots or the solution for the same. Last but not the least, to find out the value of unknowns when the number of points are given. What do I mean by that? You can see that there are some type of questions in SAT where they provide us the points and they ask us to determine the values of the unknowns such as A, B, C, P, Q, R, S, T and any variable. So whenever you see these kind of questions, for that, you guys are supposed to import table on Desmos. This is a feature which I will be discussing soon in one of the practice questions with you. Now, the things that you should keep in mind before you do any questions with Desmos is this, that Desmos doesn't understand any variable apart from x and y. So whenever you get any variable such as a, b, p, q, r, s, t, or any, you can just directly replace it with x and y to get the value of that particular unknown. And later on, while marking the answer also, you can replace the same. So that is the very first and very important thing that you need to keep in mind. You cannot just directly put a, otherwise it will ask you to put the value of a. It will not take it as an unknown, right? After that, you guys are supposed to split the equation into two parts in such a way that so that you can locate your answer. I'll come to that. Sometimes what happens that you generally put the entire equation on Desmos and Desmos and like when you try to find out the answer on the graphical part on the right side of Desmos, it doesn't locate, right? So in order to do that, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to split the equation into two parts and the intersection point of the given two graphs or any curves will be your answer. Now, let's discuss some things about the feature of Desmos. The very first feature of Desmos you should know is to how to locate any point that I will discuss how to do it. The second feature is zoom in and zoom out. Now, why I'm discussing the zoom in and zoom out feature, you guys must be thinking this is very basic and common. But let me tell you that the Desmos that we are going to use right now is a very big screen Desmos, right? But the Desmos that you guys actually get in SAT exam is very small screen. So the chances for you to skip any question or to skip any part of the solution will be very high. So always make sure that you are zooming in and zooming out after getting your answer, just to check if there is any other solution exist. After that, you have the very cool feature, which is hiding the graph. So we will be discussing each and every one of them. All right. So I hope everything is pretty clear to everyone. Now let's get started with the very first question for our today's session. The very first question is, you can see is written on our screen. The question says 2a plus b is equal to 2, 4a minus 3b is equal to 19. Which of the following pairs a comma b satisfies the system of equation above? As I mentioned, we will not be using elimination or substitution method that you guys have learned it in your school. Instead, we will be using Desmos for these kind of questions. Now, one thing that you need to keep in mind, as I already mentioned, that Desmos doesn't understand what is A, what is B, correct? So we need to replace it with X and Y. So now if I replace A with X, then I'll make 2X. And if I replace B with Y, I'll make Y, that is equal to 2. That is about the first equation. What about the second one? That will become 4X minus 3Y is equal to 19. We have got two equations. Now we are going to put these equations as it is on Desmos, and then we will check what is our solution. So let me open Desmos for you. Okay, you have to click on the first tab as you can see. You have to put in your equation. Always use this calculator, this keyboard which is given by Desmos itself, which is very easy to use and very easy to type. The first equation was 2x plus y is equal to 2. The second equation is 4x minus 3y equal to 19. Now, whenever we talk about the system of equation, the solution will always be the common point. Now, the common point is 2.5 comma negative 3. The moment you put 2.5 comma negative 3, that you will get your answer, which is option number B for us. I hope it is making sense. So now no more solving by elimination or the substitution or any traditional method. Just use Desmos in order to get your answer. Let's discuss about the second question. Second question says that the function f of 2 gives us the value of 16, and then the function f of 1 gives us the value 12. Now they are asking us to find which equation defines f of x. What does that mean? When you put the values of x and y, when I put the value of x as 2, I get the value of y as 16. When I plug in the value of x as 1, I get the value of y as 2. Now, basically, all the equations are linear in nature. We know that. And the format of linear equation is nothing but y is equals to mx plus b, where m stands for slope and b stands for y-intercept. Now, how to do this question? Let us quickly see. We have the two given points, and we have the standard way of standard form of any linear equation. What are we going to do? We are going to use the table feature of Desmos, that we are going to import it from the plus icon. Correct? We are going to import these points. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind, you need to replace x with x1, y with y1, and equal to sign with the equivalent sign. This equal to sign with this equivalent sign. Now, let's try to find out the equation. You need to click on this plus icon, go to table, import the 2 points, which was 2, comma 16, 1, comma 12. In the next step, you will import y is equals to y1. So y1 equivalent m x1 plus b. The Desmos will directly give you the values of m and b. So m is our 4, b is our 8. Hence, what will be your answer? 4x plus 8. Option number D will be your answer. I hope that is clear, everyone. Let's start with question number 3. Again, we will be using the table feature of Desmos here. So I'm giving you all 1 minute to solve this question on your own. Then I'll help you. Now you can pause this video and skip if you want. Let's see how to do this question on Desmos. You guys have the table already, which shows the coordinates, correct? And the equation is also given. So the y will be replaced by y1 equivalent a x1 square plus b x1 plus c, correct? Let's import these points on Desmos. Again, you will click on this plus icon. You will import table from here. First point is 1. Let's put all the x coordinates, 2 and 3. Now the y coordinates are -2, 1, and 6. Now, in the second tab, our equation will be y1 equivalent a x1 square plus b x1 plus c. Are we able to get the values of a, b, and c's? Yes, we can. So the value of a is 1, the value of b is 0, and the value of c is -3. You can clearly see the answer. Now, what the question was about, they were asking the values of a, b, c. You don't again need to do it manually. Instead, what you can do, you can just simply write a plus b plus c to get the answer. And Desmos will directly provide the solution for you, which is -2. Hence, you can just put it in this SPR question and you will get your answer. Let's do The next question you need to solve for x. Now this is the function, the polynomial that we need to solve for x. Now again, I think you guys must be thinking to solve it manually, but let me tell you again, you can use Desmos for that. Let's try to do it together. So the equation was x raised to the power 2 plus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. Now, as I already mentioned, whenever you get any polynomial or any function written, then you can easily get the values of x-intercepts. So the value of first x-intercept is -3 and the value of second x-intercept is -2. So both the answers will be valid. You can put any -2 and -3 as per your convenience. So in these type of questions also, we can use Desmos. Why? Because we need to find out the roots or the solutions or the y-intercept. Let's discuss the next question, which is find the coefficient of x square of a parabola whose vertex is 3 comma -9 and passing through the point 1 comma 2. Now that's a very important question we need to discuss. Before we do this question, I need to discuss the types of quadratic parabola you can have. The very first kind of equation you can have is ax square plus bx plus c, which is the standard form of any parabola. The second kind of equation you can have is ax minus h whole square plus k, which is the vertex form of parabola, where h comma k is a vertex, or we can say that the turning point. Now we have the first point, which is the vertex, and the second point, which is 1 comma 2. We need to get the coefficient of x square, which is a, right? Now, can we use Desmos table feature here? What do you guys think? Yes, definitely we can. Let's try to import the table here. Let's try to import the points. The first point we have is 3 comma -9. The second point we have is 1 comma 2. Now, the catch in this question is the vertex is given, so we will be using the vertex form, not the standard form. So the vertex form of the parabola is nothing but y is equal to ax minus h whole square plus k. But I have told you that you need to replace y with y1 equal to sign with equivalent, x with x1, and then minus h plus k whole square plus k. Again, I'll put y1 equivalent a x1 minus, now we need to tell Desmos that which out of these 2 points is the actual vertex. So we know that 3 comma -9 is the actual vertex. So in the place of h comma k, I will be replacing it by 3 comma -9. So that's 3 whole square minus 9. The Desmos is definitely showing me the value of a, which is 2.75. And that is how you can use Desmos easily for finding the unknowns in parabolic equation. So the value of a is going to be 2.75. All right, students, so that is all for our today's video. We have discussed 5 questions. This is only for the part 1 of this video. Soon I will be giving you so many parts so that we can discuss maybe next 5 or 10 questions on Desmos, right? So yeah, just a quick reminder once again, guys, that Desmos is not about shortcuts or cheating. It's all about working smart and under time pressure, which is exactly what SET wants. So if this video has helped you see Desmos differently, make sure you hit the bell icon and subscribe, because I'll be sharing more SAT math strategies that actually work. Drop a comment and tell me which Desmos trick surprised you the most. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.